Tonight's episode of TWITS is brought to you by Crossbrewed Coors Light.
Shot of courage. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Week 4 edition of TWITS. Joining me once again from his palatial estate. People see him wearing that Menards hat and they think he's rich, Mr. Mike Paddock. How are you, sir?
Howdy, doing fine. How are you?
Excellent. Ready to bust into Week 4 of TWITS here, Mike. We had a little technical difficulty, so last week was a healthy scratch. But we'll more than make up for it this week, won't we? Mike, let's break right in. We got, we're constantly, based on all the Twitter feedback, the YouTube feedback that we get, we're constantly trying to retool and make this thing better. So, Mike, we're going to start off with a brand new segment called the Site Deep Dive. And we're going to take a look tonight, Mike, at the team pages or the depth chart pages. Now, you can access these by clicking on any one of the team logos on the banner across the home page or any other page on the site. Just click on the logo of your favorite team, Mike. And people might not know this, but the first thing you can access on those, Mike, bring up the image here. You can see the depth charts for the team. Those are updated daily from Yahoo's site, so they should be fairly accurate. So if you ever have any questions about who's where on a given team, go ahead and take a look there. Probably comes into play more so in the preseason a little bit, but nonetheless, depth charts are available. Also, Mike, you can see that any team news associated with your team also available on that page. And then the schedule of the team, I use that quite a bit. If you got a free agent or something you're looking at, and you just want to quickly know who he's playing, the rest of the way or the next 3 weeks, just click on one of them logos and you'll have all that information right there. So that's the site deep dive for the week. We'll take a look next week, Mike, at some of the features that are available in the section where you set your lineup. A lot of little Easter eggs there for you. So let's break now, Mike, into yet another new segment. Why the heck not? This is the Commission's 3-pack of facts, Mike. And I know you, just like the rest of the YouTube universe, is waiting with bated breath for these. We kind of had a segment like this in the initial TWITS of 2014, but I'm just going to break down some facts for you here quick, Mike. Interesting facts around the NFL. So this past week, you may remember, Mike, that Mohamed Sanu threw a pass to Andy Dalton for a touchdown.
Yep.
That made Sanu the only player in NFL history with no incompletions, 2+ touchdown passes, and 150 passing yards. Wow. Fact number 1 in the books. Number 2, did you know that Philadelphia became the 7th team in league history to trail after the first quarter of its first 3 games and win all 3, Mike?
I did not.
Has not happened. They were 7th. The 7th overall team hasn't happened since your 99 Patriots. And Mike's last but certainly not least, you may remember Deshaun Jackson catching the bomb this week, 81-yard touchdown. He's only the 3rd player in NFL history with an 80-yard touchdown catch for both for and against his team. You know what I'm saying there?
Gotcha. Played for played for Fluffy.
Yep.
Against the Redskins, and then did it the other way, right?
Yep, exactly. Can you name the other 2 receivers, Mike, for bonus credit?
That did it for and against Brandon Marshall?
Yep. Now you got to get in the Wayback Machine for this one, Mike. Charlie Joyner.
Oh, I only thought he played for the Chargers. Who else?
I don't have that information available. The other gentleman is Art Powell. So there's your 3-pack of facts for the week, Mike. Now let's break into our third new segment. We've only done 3 segments so far. Our third new segment, Mike. This one is called Rank. And
that has to do with how I smell or what?
Well, when I was down there for the TCU game, maybe. They don't have the smell feature on Skype yet, so I don't know. Maybe Brenda can join us later. She can comment on that. But Rank, Mike, we kind of liberated this from the That Metal show, but we're going to put up our rankings, Mike, of who we think is going to win each of the divisions. Let's take a look at the NFC first, Mike. And it's a clean sweep for both of us. Philadelphia, Chicago. Oh, excuse me. The AFC is a clean sweep. The NFC is not.
Correct.
So Philadelphia, Chicago are the same. Mike, you like the Falcons in the South. I like the Saints to eventually get on track and take that division. And then we both like the Seahawks. I don't really see, if I had to pick an upset, I'd say, the team that might not win out of my picks would maybe be the Eagles in the East. But, boy, I don't know who else is ready to step up and take that division.
No one I can see.
And then, Mike, let's take a look over in the AFC, clean sweep. Patriots, Bengals, Colts, and Broncos. Mike, my dark horse team out of that might be in the AFC East with the Dolphins. I might think the Dolphins could put something together this year, but I believe they've lost 2 in a row since the opening day upset of the Patriots. But so if anyone wants to try and best our picks of the 8 division winners, if you want to submit those to us and you beat us, Mike, I think we'll each give that person a 6-pack. What do you say?
You got it.
All right. So there's Rank. So, Mike, let's move quickly to the weekly rewind. Mike, this was quite the week. Quite a number of low scores here. Let's open with Bill. He takes out Greg behind Giovanni Bernard, 52-38. Tim squeaks by Evan, 37-36. We'll get back to Mr. Teisberg in just a moment. The Commish, 32, Thad, 27. Mickey behind Andrew Lux, 19 points, takes out Wayne, 52-41. And Mike, the high score of the week, 67 points. Tom with 55. Mike gets the 12-point victory over Tom. Julio Jones pacing the way for Mr. Ewald with 20 big points. So, Mike, you were behind the 8 ball there after Thursday night by
26.
I believe, 26-0 or something. So, and, big comeback for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tom can't be too happy having the second highest score of the week.
Mm-hmm. No, Mike, it was an abysmal week, and I'm going to break down a few numbers that support that, Mike. Mike, we had 5 teams score less than 40 this week. That has not happened in our league since 2010. And before that, it happened in 2009 and a couple times in 2007, and then a break all the way back to 2004. So that kind of shows how abysmal the scoring was this week, Mike. So, Mike, do you know how many times since the year 2000 that all 10 teams in a given week have scored less than 40 points?
I would say it happened once.
It's actually happened 13 times, Mike.
Holy cow.
Yes, the most recent occurring back in 2006, week 16. So it hasn't happened in about coming up on a decade here, but it has happened before. The other thing to note,
I was going to say, was that the old scoring system too?
I believe the old, boy, I'd have to go back and look at the history books.
I don't know what the cutoff is there for the scoring.
Yeah, that was pretty close. Mike, also of note here, Evan lost by 1 point in back-to-back weeks, Mike. That has not happened very often in SFFL history. The last time it happened was 2012, weeks 3 and 4, when Greg lost couple heartbreakers, 77-76 and 61-60. Before that, Mike, it hadn't happened since 1998. Tom Ewald, 21-20 and 25-24 losses in week 11 and 10. And the only other time was 97. Tim lost 22-21 and 20-19 in back-to-back weeks. So that's somewhat of a rarity, only the fourth time ever. And I did look up, too, only the most one-point losses in a given week is 2. So it's never happened where there's been 3 one-point games in a given week. The most ever was 2. The only other kind of notable I could think of back in '95 might be a kickoff year of the SFFL 20 years ago. Wayne had 3 losses in a 5-week span by 1 point. Week 16, 57-56. Week 15, 28-27, and 37-36 in week 12. So rough go for Bago back in '95, Mike. All right, Mike, let's we've taken a look back. Let's take a look forward and see what's on tap.
Sondo on tap this week in our spotlight matchup. We have your wife, Mickey Crazy Mom, against yours truly, the Arizona Gene Company. Mickey at 3-0 with the lead in the division against my 2-1. She's only scored 146 points this year to my 179. So she's averaging 48 points to my 59, but I don't have Peyton Manning going this week. And then again, she doesn't have A.J. Green, so we'll see what happens. Looking ahead, Evan at 1-2, the Minnesota Vikings with 153 points against Brooklyn Bill, Dorothy Mantooth with 161, pretty evenly matched. Bill coming in with a 2-1 record. Evan does lead the all-time points on there, though, 214 to 179, and the series 4-0.
Oh, Bill looking to get off the schneid.
Yes. And Greg, ain't nobody got time for that. Sitting at 1-2 with 181 points versus the commissioner over there. It's la fin du monde, as we know it. The end of the world. Especially if you drink that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting
Spent
there
a month there one night.
Yeah. Sitting there with your 2-1 record and your big 137 points this year. You do lead the all-time points series 1553 to 1409, and the series 21 to 15 with a 1 tie. And then Thad and his brick walls, or is that Wick Balls?
What?
At 1-2 and 127 points, going against Tom Brixton Sky at 1-2 as well with 144 points this year. Tom leads that all-time series 1509 to 1400. And leads that series 20 to 17, winning. Thad's won 3 of the 4 last matchups though to bring it a little bit tighter. And rounding out the week, we have Wayne Bago at 1-2 with 160 points, going against Tim Cranky Pants, 1-2 at 111 points this year. Cranky Pants is right. Wayne leads at all-time points, 1587 to 1527, and the series 24 to 19, as you would expect from those members. Winning 3 of the last 4 matchups.
Excellent.
And that is on tap, brought to you by little Mosaic IPA out of Community Brewing in Dallas. If you want an IPA that'll kick you in the teeth, this is one for you.
You should be in marketing, Mike. Mike, Northern Tier represented by it's that time of year. This is the Celebrator Doppelbock. Out of the Eininger Brewery, I'm guessing somewhere in Bavaria.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yep, Eining, Germany. Subject to all the German purity laws, I am sure.
I am sure.
Nice. Mike, no records set this week, so we can move right into everyone's tertiary favorite subject here, Chalk Talk. Mike, we had a little stop-loss there week, I guess it was week 2, which was our week 1. I had the Sea Bags, and they laid an egg, unfortunately not week 1, but week 2 in San Diego to take the L. So this week, Mike, I'm going to go away from the Steabags, Mike. I'm going to go ahead and take your Pittsburgh Steelers. They are 7-point favorites at home against Tampa Bay, a team seemingly in disarray. Hashtag last Thursday night when I checked the score, it was 56-0, which doesn't happen a lot in the NFL. So I'm going to take that ground and pound in Pittsburgh and have them chalk up a touchdown plus win and get Chalk Talk in the plus column for 2014. Mike, dog of the week. Also, difficult week 1, which was really week 2. Jacksonville +6 at Washington, and Washington had the shock and awe campaign working back then. So what do you got on tap for us to get back on track, Mike, here in week 4?
Yeah, and I talked about hitting those teams early when they don't know how bad they are. Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars found out pretty damn quick. Week 4, I don't like the travel to the West Coast, but your Philadelphia Eagles are getting 6 points going to San Francisco. Talk about a team in disarray. San Fran's got rumors about their head coach. They've got problems on defense. They've got penalties and fines coming against their quarterback and everybody else. So I like the Eagles in 6. They're putting up plenty of points this year, and I think it's going to be a winner.
All right, I like that pick. All right, Mike, let's wrap up this edition of TWITS with our weekly foray into the game of the week. Week number 2, I took Atlanta to have some stones and go on the road and beat the Bungles, but that didn't happen. So, Mike, we're 0-1 and 1-0 respectively. This week, Mike, we're going to take a look at an NFC North tilt, the Green Bay Packers. Coming off a what can only be described as moribund loss to the Detroit Lions, go to Chicago. Short week for the Bears, Mike, coming off a Monday night victory over the Jets. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, it might be a short week, but the Packers' offense does not look very good, and Chicago's D is stepping up with that rookie they got there in the secondary, Fuller. Plus, Jay Cutler's got a couple of good targets to go to. I'm not sure about the aforementioned Brandon Marshall's status this week, but with those 2 tall receivers and a pretty good running game, I think I'll take the Bears at home.
Not so fast, my friend. I was pretty sure the Packers were going to win that game last week. You know, Stafford never beaten Rodgers, and outside of the Clubber Lang incident from Donkey Kong Sue on whatever, I think that was last year or the year before, Detroit hadn't really beaten us. This game, I'm not so sure. I want to lean Chicago, so I'm thinking that those forces at work will actually mean a Green Bay victory. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to pull it out, Mike. Chicago, we should be able to run the ball. Eddie Lacy should get back on track this week. Aaron Rodgers, great track record in Chicago. So I'm going to go ahead and hope the Packers defense can continue playing the way it was, and the Packers pull out a squeaker, Mike. You know, we don't like to have actual score predictions in game of the week, but I'm going to go ahead and give you one, Mike. I'm sensing a Mason Crosby, Eddie Lacy type game. We're going to go 23-21 Packers.
That's ballsy. Nice work.
And that's your game of the week. All right, Mike. Well, 3 new segments today. Some more groundbreaking work here on Twitch. That's why we're the YouTube sensations that we are. So we will be back here next week, better than ever, hopefully. And until then, enjoy the games, and we'll see you week 5, Mikey.
Adios.
Adios.